Greetings, everyone. Look how dark it is. It's not nighttime, it's actually raining on the lush, which has made it very cloudy in the Badlands. I am across the river, across the Narrows River from Rosa Ouro, which is the town that is bordering, that is stretched between the lush savanna, where the poppies are, into the Badlands, all the way to the wastelands, the salt flats, which are the wastelands of biomes of plenty. And I'm standing actually on Matriarch Rock, and the matriarch, you can see her behind me, the ancient elephant who is watching over her herd and watching us from this mountain, and that's how it got its name. She's probably, maybe her great great grandmother watched the skeletons from this rock, and it's pretty interesting. Look at that. Look at the shape. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on, I'm going to change my view. So where the smoke is coming out of that chimney stack right there, right at the middle of this stretch of the city, right above the blue balloon, that is really cool looking. That is actually a new guardian station, a new guard tower, which is going to be the tower for the lead druid for the learning center, which is pretty hidden on that rock. It'll be interesting when the two towers go up, the two guard towers that are part of the barracks, when they go up, to see if that is any more visible in that area. But right now, you can barely see that there's a barracks. Over there. Oh, I saw something, but it wasn't what I thought it was. Let me look here and see what time it is. And there we are. It is only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we are having a pretty bad storm. And of course, when I go over the river, we'll feel that it is raining. Oh, but we didn't. Oh, how fascinating. Ah, there we go. Okay. We were still in the Badlands enough that there wasn't any rain in this section. So welcome everyone. On Twitch this morning, I watched one of the families who still lived in this area, lived in this housing district from when the last group of kids came in. And we were watching this last family live here. And one of the kids moved back in. Her parents didn't stay. Her parents moved on, but the kids stayed, probably because they were friends with the other kid in the family that stayed, or actually liked the mother of the family that stayed. The mother wasn't happy. The mother wasn't sleeping on the bed, and I don't know how that happened, but she was not sleeping on the bed at all. And so she would just be sleeping on the floor. And so I decided to move them into the housing for professors and students, because they were. And so we moved them in, but in the process of doing that, we did not have enough housing for 3 of the people who work in the industrial area. We wanted to move them down into a different area, and that would be Robert, Lexi, and this is Melanie right here, I believe. Melanie, who is the doctor. Yes, Melanie. And so where to put another apartment building, a building of singles where singles would live. And finally, I decided I was going to build the antique residence. We have one in Prasino, the antique residence. Why don't I continue to work on this while I'm talking? The antique residence is really nice because it's like a bunch of singles are sharing a house. So they don't really, there's no relationship between them except a roommate relationship. And that works very nicely with the antique house. It suggests the possibility of there just being a roommate relationship among the people who live in the house. And so that is the house that Carly is going to build when she finishes working on this farm right here. And what she's waiting for on that farm is she's actually waiting for granite, which is very interesting because also this morning we discovered that Hira Bayashi, who is actually doing where's the end of this? Ah, there it is. Who's actually building another experimental farm in the wasteland. Hira, so we'll have two new fields. We'll have this new field right here for the university studies, and then we'll have another field that's actually in the wasteland, and it's an experiment on managing water in the wasteland, and definitely something that that they're going to need. So the sun's set now, and it is absolutely raining. I am just going to take this moment and I'm going to start the game. So what I'm going to do is come down to Myra. Myra is Maya. Eloy. I don't like it when that happens. There she is. Eloy Maya. Eloy Maya. Eloy Maya. So Maya. She's the druid here, but there is room. There are 2 bunks in this guard tower. And so we're going to take this one of hers and we're going to take a nap. We're going to go to sleep for the night. Maya might come up, but she didn't. It was a short night, and look at that. So it's nice and clear the next morning. And before we start working on filling in that area where that is going to go, yeah, I feel it. We're actually, oh, it's going to be this bad. Wow. And we just started. Okay. Well, that seems to be what it wants to be. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. I was just checking. So let's go down. And let's get all the builders to be building. So I think I would like to do that. And what that means is that we're going to visit every builder and see if there's something holding them up. So the first builder, that actually sounded like a bat. That would mean that there's someplace deep and dark where bats could be. That is really interesting. Well, there was. Remember, all of these were caves that the skeletons lived in when this was their city, and now they do not. This is giving us an opportunity to use this. But let me come here for a minute and let me look. Let me see if he needs anything. He has everything that he needs, which is really interesting. But it's all wood. This is a level 1. We do have people who know how to make a field. So all of that is all taken care of. let's take this stair up because we have to go up anyway to get to Ainsley. So we're going to take this stair up and come all the way to this new area here, which isn't new, of course. There's the astronomy building right there, but this walkway coming over past the housing right here and over to here. This is where the new farm is going. Whoa, look at that. Wow, he is working it. Look at this. He definitely is. So you see where the hut block is. So he is now 2 blocks away from being at the level he needs to be at to start building. Actually, he's probably going to bring it down one more set beyond the hut block just to put in flooring and things like that. And that was Hira, who we just visited. That blue balloon is Ainsley, and Ainsley is working on something. She's been working on it for a good long time. So we're going over and see what in the world she's working on. So she is upstairs, and we can take up, stop, and we can take this this ladder right here. We'll take this ladder up. Here we go, and there is her. Oh, that's perfect. There is her ship, her airship, and we will come down in here. This is a level 5 cavern, not cavern, cliff style builder. It's one of a couple builders that you can build. And why not, Ainsley? Why aren't you getting any food? Hold on. And it's still, no, this is different. This is light stained glass and prismarine. So we will have to check for those things. I'm going to cancel and let her ask for those things again. And let's come over here and see how much she needs of her. She only needs a little bit. She just needs 3 things. And what is she working on? The library. Wow. Okay. So she's working on the level 4 of the library. I'm not even sure she's working on the level 5. She's working on the level 4 of the library here. Rosa Ouro is behind Prasino in some of the builds, and this is one of them. Let's go down here because now we're going to go to our next builder, who is Carly, who's in the farm area. She's building the farm down below, and we're going to make sure that she has what she needs. So we're walking past the Fletcher. Let me come here for a minute. Since I'm walking past the Fletcher for a second, let me see if there's anything here. Nope. And she knows all those things. Nothing that the builders are asking for is something she does not have a recipe for. Hi. And this is the sifter, if I'm not believing. There's Sullivan, yes. And then Remy right here is our crusher. And then up here is Logan. Logan is our dye shop owner. Let me just check for a second here, and I think that he is okay. I think there isn't anything right now that he needs to do for anybody. I could check for, hold on, there was blue cobble. Let me look for a second. Let's come here. Let's look for Omar. I think it was Omar actually who needed blue cobble brick extra. So let me see if that, nope, he doesn't, not anymore. He seems to have gotten everything. Now he needs these pieces, and these pieces are made of, before we go very far, I recognize some pieces that are made by Chloe. Now, it could be that that is changed, and let me look and see, because there was some indication that some of the things that were made by the mechanic were changed. Let me look. Yeah, let's just go to Chloe for a minute before we get too far away. And let's just check for those things right quick, and then we'll continue on to the rest of the builders. But we need to come up right here. Here we are, and then around the corner, and Chloe is right here, and we did at one point have, and we still do, good. Okay, and now let's come in. Let me see if it's saying that Chloe can make some of these things. Teach recipe, and nope, they're not there. Because she already knows. Okay, good. All right, and that is what we needed to check. Okay, so we're not going to stay here long. What time it is already? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the reason it's looking darker is because the sun sets on the other side of King Mountain, which is the mountain that we're on the side of, that runs, we're on, that's the south, and there's the west, and so we're headed back over here. We're going to go down and check on Carly. And when we're down there, we can check on some of the others. We're going to take Remy's ladder in the crushing plant down to the lower level here, to this main walkway. I need to name these, don't I? I should actually name these walkways. And here is Carly using Ainsley's builder's shop. And Carly is, hi. And let's see what you want. So you still need cobblestone and deep slate shingles. That should all be there already. The reason it should is because this is the third one of these that has been made. We have one sitting right next to the one that Carly's working on, and then we have one that is sitting in the field, the poppy seed field. Oh no, we have the one that's the botanical gardens. We have that one. Now should we go to, we're right here. We might have enough time to, nope, we don't have any time. Everyone's off from work. Okay. So there are people going home. You can see them all. And there's Rosa, one of the couriers. And we're downtown, in the downtown area. This is the jewelry store right here. This is the bank building. This is the largest of the restaurants right here, which belongs to Ela. And the pottery store we passed by as well. And then the new furniture store that Lila is working on. And yeah, so we can either go up. Let's see if I want to do that. We can go up to the, why don't we do that? Let's go up to the town hall and sleep in the ambassador's suite. So we're cutting through that apartment building. This is a downtown apartment building. Here's another apartment building downtown. We have a lot of apartments in this area, and we actually need them. But we also need the new apartment in the farm area that we're putting in, and it's just going to have enough room. I know, Lexi. Lexi does not have a place to live. Okay, that means I'm going to have to go down to the saloon and get her a room for the night, so that she will get some rest. So let's go down, and we might have to have Lexi there until she actually gets an apartment, because there isn't any room for her. No room at the inn, but there is room at this saloon. There definitely is. And we'll come here. The style of clothing is the Hellenic style, which is ancient Athens, the clothing that came out at the same time as the ancient Athens style was added. And we're going to have Lexi be here. She's the only one who doesn't have a place. And she will come down from town hall in a minute. And she will definitely get some sleep. And in the meantime, since we're here, we're just going to go up to our suite in the saloon restaurant area, upstairs from the restaurant. And the light, let's turn the light off in this room, and let's just have a really nice sleep. And Lila is saying she started working on the furniture shop, which is the hut block that I'm using for the furniture store is a sawmill. And there goes Lexi. Now Lexi might complain that she's too far away. I'm surprised she's not complaining yet, but she might complain that she's too far away. We'll try and get her closer with the new housing just as soon as we can. And everyone's on their way to work. And so that means that there's Omar. Omar just coming out of his apartment that he has while he is working out of Hira's. He's working out of Hira's workshop right here. Wonk. Wonk. Okay. Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. And he's the one, and there it is, a recipe. So we might still need a recipe for that. The dried kelp. Now this is going to be interesting. I want to look at that for a second. The stonemason, of course, can make pottery. The fungus I'm going to have to provide. We do not have anything even remotely like that. But we do have azalea leaves. And let's come here. Let me look at kelp. And let's see how we get this. So we get dried kelp. Aha. So the chef has to dry it. All right. Do they have to have the recipe? I bet they do. All right. So that's an interesting idea. Before we go to the north, to the other builders, let's right quick go down to Simeon, who has taken over being the chef for all 7 restaurants that we have here. And we'll check. So there's Bera's restaurant on the western campus of the university. There is Ember running the Druid Cafe outside of the Druid Learning Center. And then there is Lexi, who's running the Farm to Table restaurant. And let's look here, crafting. Let's teach a recipe. Let's teach this. And there it is, successfully learned. So,
If you say so.
yes. Ooh, look at Farmer's Delight having sushi. And we actually have sushi too, but under Minecolonies foods, And let's come here and let's look at this. Let's go to Minecolonies. Foods now has their own spot, and our sushi rolls are up. That's not what I wanted. It's not going to show me how it's made, but we have it. So we do have sushi rolls. We do not have rice, so we are more than likely not going to actually have anyone making any of that because we don't have rice here. Now they do at Prasino, and when Prasino has enough,
If you say so.
yes, I do, Simeon, they will actually trade some of the rice for something else that they need from here, and that'll be fun to find out. So Omar is going to get his kelp, his dried seaweed, and we'll put that's on his list. All right, let's come down. The new furniture store, I don't really want it to. I think I'm going to try giving Julie any furniture, any pieces that need to be made, industrial pieces. Hello. And we'll see about that for a minute. So this is Julie's dream shop here. Julie was downtown and the industrial area, but she gave that shop to her daughter. Let's see if there's something. Sure enough, look at this. So let's teach these and these, and there we go. So we don't have to worry about the other recipes. They're already done. So she'll ask for the mangrove. We have imported mangrove, and she will ask for it, and then she'll make what is needed by the builder. Let's go. So we went to Omar. So there are 3 more builders left, and one of them is not very happy right now, and that's Lila. So let's come up here and see why Lila is not happy. What's the matter, Lila?
Good day to you.
What is it? Lapis. Ah, yeah. We needed actually lapis. And I think, although, wait, you're not asking? Oh, there it is. Okay. So there it is. So those are the required resources.
So what
We'll
will it
get
be
her
for
to ask for it again, just to make sure that she's on the list. But did you see it didn't say that it was being delivered? So that means it's not made, or there is none available. So I'm going to have to check on that. So that's Lila, and Lila is working on the furniture store downtown for Avery. And now we're going to the Wide River waterfront, where we have 2 builders so far. We will have a third at some point, but right now we have 2. One of them is building the shipwright, and you can see it down there. Its roof is starting to go on. Excellent, yay! And then the other builder is building a new stonemason that we are putting in specifically for the shipping industry on the waterfront, and that is what this is right here. And she's stuck somehow, and I want to find out what she's stuck, what has her stuck. Athena, uh-oh, you have
Great
a
to
cough.
see
You should go to see Marmaduke with that cough. Let's see her request. That is so interesting. So the stonemason has asked for stone, which means that there would have to be stone available from Colson, who is the stone smelter. Let's go down to Peyton and see what's going on. And then that would have to go to one of the two mechanics. We actually have a mechanic in this area, a boat mechanic, and he could make those buttons. And so we'll check and see what's holding that up. But right now, let's come here. Did I come too far? Nah. So there it is. There's the shipwright. And you can see while he's waiting for the material to come in, he's already started building a second boat. And that's what he's doing on the inside of this building, is building boats. And we're going to come right here. And this is where Peyton is working out of right now. This is actually Athena's shop, and she will get it back as soon as Peyton builds his shop at the shipwright. He's going to add a builder shop to the shipwright, and that's going to be really fun. And so he's still waiting. There's still some bricks that he needs, and there's still brick extra that he needs. We're going to cancel out so that those things can be reordered. This is the shop that Omar built for his niece, his great niece, and she finished the shop out, but it was actually, he built it for her. Do I have a stop here for on purpose, or is this because of when this building was going up? Let me see here. That looks like him going to work. Hold on for a second. And I'm going to get a piece and put this together. There we go. Okay. So yes, so that is all of the builders. I'm tempted to go and see what Colson is doing, why we have more than enough cobble. More than enough cobble to make things to make into stone. And so now it's just a matter of finding out what they need. I'm going up in Rocco's guard tower. Whoops. We just apparently stopped off for some coffee. Ooh, the moon is coming out. Wow, that's pretty. This is Colson's guardian station. This is the Wide River station for the Druids, and then his bed area is right here. Why don't we close off some of this and actually, I know that's open, but that's okay. We're just shutting off a little bit of the wind, and we're going to go to sleep early because it's only 8. It's only 8 o'clock at night, so apparently we were tired. Let's open up, and then I love this table. And look, you can see the ship from here. It's beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. And let's continue up. We'll go return. Oh, we're going to grab some coffee anyway. Okay. And then let's continue up to the top. And this is the lookout point for this station. And you can see the view that it has of the two tributaries coming together of the Wide River. 4 tributaries of the Wide River coming together. So this is kind of like a delta, except there's no river here, or at least it doesn't look like it is. A lot of the river is underwater at this point, and that headed east is the ocean. The ocean is out to the east. And so let's go back into town. We're going to get this walkway right here and head back into town to look at Colson, who is one of the crafters. He is the stone smelter. and we'll try and see if there's a problem with getting some actual stone. We could check the warehouse first and see if we can find some of these things that are being asked for. Boy, that tree is big. That is what Santana will cut down when we start working on the bakery, which is actually going to be made out of jungle wood. And we will, in fact, end up probably changing it once it's done. But who knows? Maybe not. We have used some jungle in the beginning in some areas, and there's still some of that wood is still a part of some of the walkways. And let's see for a minute. Which way do we want to go? Let's go here because he's right here. Let's go to the warehouse and see if there's actually not enough stone. So we'll come down here. This is the waterfront, the Narrows waterfront warehouse, and then the Wide River has overflow warehouse. It has actually the Wide River warehouse. The overflow warehouse is up above this one. And let's look here. Let's look here and let's see how much stone we have. Well, there's a problem. And there it is right there. We don't have any. We don't have any stone. We have all sorts of fancy stuff, but we do not have any stone. Okay, and let's look at our cobble for a minute. C-O-B-B-L-E. And wow. Wow, look how low we are. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We don't have a full stack even. We are actually going to have to import some. I have a feeling that, oh, I know what we can do. Let's go to, let's go through this warehouse for a minute. I don't think there's any stone left here. There were some things that were left behind in this warehouse, but I don't think that any of it is what we need right now. I see some trees and some things like that. Let's look up. Oh, wrong way. Let's come this way. Whoops. And let's go around and look and see what's left here. If there's any cobble. This was the original. There's clay. That's a good thing to remember. And there isn't. How fascinating. I'm struck by the fact that there isn't any, but I know where there is some. Kira is digging out a mountain right now, and we're going to go up to where Kira is. I think I want to take this walkway up. There is a walkway here. Up. No, we can't go down. We're going to go up. We could use this. Let's go up here for a minute. This is the apartment building. Is this another one? I have done some work in here. I definitely have. I just didn't change out the stone in some of the areas here in order to this doesn't go out. This is one of the ones that doesn't go out. There are two of these. This one right here is the one that goes out. So let's use the stairwell in this one. This one looks like we've done some work here. So when I say I haven't done anything, what I'm talking about is that I like trying to do something different with the materials that are inside, just because of where we are. It's fun for me and I like it. So we're right here at this location. So we're just going to take these stairs up, and we're at this level where the restaurant is above us, right there. And I think we might as well just go ahead and take this stairwell up. And this is what I mean when I say that the other ones aren't completely redone. Although this one, I've left the wood. I've actually left the wood in this one specifically on purpose, and did something interesting with the walls. And that's what happens with all of these, that they all sort of have their own personality, these stairwells. And we're coming up to the top, and here we are. So we're going to go over to where Hira is working. And I think, look at this. No one's working it in a long time. We're going to have here Keanu come back and work on it as soon as he is done with Leroy's restaurant right here. Keanu's going to begin working once again on excavating the site, excavating this archaeological site, and finding out what the mystery is for this building, which is going to be really cool. So we'll continue down. This is what Ainsley is working on. Ainsley is working on the on this antiquities library, which is a level 3 right now, and she's changing it into a level 4. You can see the doors are beginning to change. She's probably waiting for some more prismarine, and we'll find out as we go. Did this get broken? It did. It did. It's broken because she's working on the library here. So see where this piece is right here? These are the result of what the library building itself had, and we'll have to change it back when we get to it. We'll change it back after the library is a level 5, because I believe that we're going to have Ainsley bring it all the way up. This is Makino working on her plants. She is the alchemist right here.
Away.
And why don't you? Why aren't you? What do you have on you? You don't have any food on you, so you should automatically go and get some. If you're hungry, get some more kinds of food that you like. We're going down because we need to find Hira, and I think it's going to mean going down one more level to the observatory level, which is this one. I think, nope, we're still up too far. We are. So we're going to take this walkway down, and this walkway, now this walkway is finished right here. So right there, Bera is having trouble getting food, and I am not sure whether it's the couriers or whether it's Simeon. Whether Simeon is not making any. And that's something that I need to find out. So there is Hira. There's no question. There's Hira, and Hira is working on clearing this out. You think there's some cobble? I think so. So we're going to take this walkway, this new walkway that is right here. We're going to take this walkway down, and we're going to check his Hi, Monica. What are you doing? Are you doing what I think you're doing? Are you going to teleport into that house? I think she is. Let's come here and let's go in here. And let's look in here and let's look for cobble. And there it is. Okay, so we'll go upstairs and we'll find us some cobble here. There is Monica. She could be meeting someone. She could be meeting someone. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take these, but then I'm going to ask for a courier to come. And let's see what it says. A courier will be along shortly, meaning tomorrow morning. Should I just go ahead and leave these here? I could. And let the courier do it? Why don't I do that? I'm going to leave those. Let the courier bring those back and do the job of giving it to the warehouse, and then the warehouse supplying the stonemason. And I want to see what's happening with food for Vera. If she's not getting any, we might have to borrow some food from one of the other restaurants if she is not. So see, she has all this food here. I wonder if this food is keeping her from getting food. They're not eating it. I know there are some missing, but it's the smaller amount. There's a group of people that aren't eating it. And I don't know if it's actually making a difference. What I could do is this, just as an experiment. Why don't we do this? Let's take all of this food and let's put it here. And then I can put it back later. I want to see if this will help her get some food faster from Simeon. Because she's got those people there and they are not eating. It's nighttime, it's not raining. We're going to go over to the new area where we're going to build this. And the sand is not coming up high enough in this area. So I'm going to put one of these right here. We can put one right here just for now, and one right here. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose this. I'm hoping maybe that we can put it back because of its location. We'll see. This old acacia wood has been here for a long time without any leaves on it. It was like that when we got here, and so it still is. So yeah, so we are at the stage here where we are still working on, and it seems interesting because I didn't think that we were going to need any housing. I thought we had all the housing that we could ever want, but we do not. And this set right here will help people in this area because we have Simeon, we have Lexi, we have Robert, and Robert is the environmentalist, and the composting plant is in this area. And then we have Melanie, who is the doctor at the clinic. So we've got a group of young people, or a group of people, who are in need of singles housing, and so that is what we're going to do. Now, I'm not going to add to this part right here. I'm not going to add any more to this part, so when this building is built, there's going to be a ledge of concrete that's going to hang out over the edge of this. And what we will do is, when this building is a level 4, this is only going up to a level 4. When it goes up to the full level 4, we will actually have, we'll actually take away that part. The house is not over this area, so this is an empty area right here where the actual house, on the actual land, that is a part of this build. So let's just we'll just put some a little bit in this area to just give it, to not have it be completely straight up from the riverbed right there. And we only need it to come one down all along this part right here. And that's the thing, we might be able to see where the tree is just based off of that. We just lost that cactus, but the tree might survive. It might not, but we'll see. And here we are right here. This is kind of dark, isn't it? So let's put a light here so that we can see. Hold on for a second. I'm going to get something to drink. Okay. So Rosa Ouro at this time actually is going to begin a Druid learning center. They're going to have a learning center that is similar, not the same, because their learning center is not going to be for Druids who are trying to become Druids, but are going to be for Druids who already are Druids and who are going to be using paranormics. They're taking the next level where they use the research done at the university in order to create potions that increase their abilities. And that is who we will have at the learning center that is in the hills, that is made from the barracks. And we have the barracks in order to get the paranormics, because it does help the Druids. It is a part of the Druid class that they can do that, and so we like having paranormics for them. Is this side too high? It is. It's too high. It's coming up flat with the walkway, and that means that she's just going to dig it out in order to put in anything. So I'm just going to put it at this point. So I'm putting it out a little bit outside, just where the construction tape is, so that she has a place to walk in case she decides she wants to stand outside of the build and build. Sometimes they do, and so we're doing that. I'm doing sand because sand is easy. You just drop it and it's placed, and that makes it fun. So, and that is one of the fun things about the desert, is that. That makes it look like we do need to bring it up one more, but one more is right even. Yeah, nah. Okay, so that means that that is upstairs from the grounds. Okay, I remember now. And that's what we have. And hello, everyone. I know, I'm just kind of just sort of talking about all the stuff. We didn't actually do much more than this in Twitch this morning, because we were really looking at some housing and trying to see if we could find another apartment building. So we have Caledonians. We have the Caledonia apartment buildings. We actually have, I think, only one here of those. We have the OG, we have the original Minecolonies style, and we have, I think we have 4 of those altogether, of those, that style. We have the urban birch, because we have a modified version of that urban birch style that we have, that we modified for the underwater base, so that we could build one of the urban birch apartments underwater, which meant taking off all the outside decks. There are 2 decks on the building, and taking off all of the window pots, the flower boxes on the windows, and the trim on the outside. But since we already had done that for underwater base, it turned out that that building, the modified building, worked perfectly to put into the ground. And we found something interesting, and I'm going to show it to you. If you saw it this morning, then you saw it, but I'm going to show you that in the desert in Sandyton, Thaler has added a couple new alternative residences, and one of them is this residence right here, and I'm going to raise it up so that you can see it. This isn't, it's showing the other residences there, so it's showing, it's mixed in, it turned on that residence. Let's raise this up, and let's raise this up. So this is it. And the level 5 of this residence is this. And from the way it looks like you can build it like something's supposed to sit on top. And judging from the read for this, there is the alt basement residence and the alt residence. So the other residence, this residence, it looks like would sit on top of that, and they give you an alternate basement part. Let's do the alt residence here, level 5, and let's see. So this is the downstairs of this building. And are they saying that there is one that you can put underneath? I'm not sure. So see the way that piece looks like that? So this piece, level 5, this piece, level 5, and let's see what it has. It looks different. So maybe they're not supposed to. Maybe I don't understand it. But one thing is definitely clear. It can be built underground, and it can be built in the hills, and it is actually a wonderful house. It's a wonderful little house to build underground in the desert. So you have a bedroom for the kids, you have a master bedroom, or you have this bedroom that can be used as a master, and I like it actually. I like it a lot. So and the level 4 of this, let's see, I think is the 2, yeah. And so that's the way it looks, and it's an interesting piece. It wasn't there before, and I like it. The alt residence level 5 is this one, and this is the entrance to the house, and then the bedrooms are all downstairs. This is sort of like a little office or kitchen area here. That's the kitchen there, so that's actually an office. That's meant to be some little kind of office there. And then down here is where the bedrooms were in this house. So it kind of has a little bit of a dorm feel. I suppose you could close off those bedroom areas if you wanted to. Those are okay. This residence is my favorite. I want to make one of these. It's so adorable. I think this is an homage to the original sandstone that kind of had this kind of look, kind of feel, and yes, but it's really nice for a couple. Upstairs, the level 5, and that's what I was showing earlier. You could just remove 3 of these beds and put in a king size bed, put another bed in the middle there, and you'd have an amazing couples apartment. And so I'm looking forward to doing that somewhere. Who knows? No idea right now. Don't need any more couples apartments right now. We actually need the antique that we are building. So, but we did find that, and that was kind of a pleasant surprise to see that Thaler had added to that Sanditon from what I remember when it was first added. But he was working on both Littleton and Sanditon when I first started these colonies. So that is what happens when you have active designers. It's very fun, and I just really enjoy watching all the stuff they come up with and playing with it. I've always been a player, like even with like in the Barbie movie with the dolls, with the doll that was weird, the weird Barbie. That just happened. It was just a type of experimentation. You wanted to be able to do more. You wanted to be able to change their makeup, to change their hair, to cut their hair, to do all sorts of things. And in the beginning, they weren't really equipped to do that. And so when you did those things, you actually did sort of ruin them. You actually did damage the doll and the way the doll looked. But that's how kids learn. That's how kids learn. Mine was just cutting the hair and trying to have shorter haircuts and hair, and doing things like that I like doing. So that is usually what I did with them. So that's actually what I'm doing with the buildings. I'm actually adjusting the buildings for their location. I adjust the buildings to fit into the locations and to work for the people that they're being built for. I think I'm going to leave her that. So she now has an outside part. She's going to put on an actual concrete finish, like right here on this building. They have concrete. The warehouse is full. Once again, she is going to put on a concrete foundation on the new building. And when the buildings are up to where they are finished, we will take those off. Let's swim through the air. over to the warehouse and see what's happening here. Now we know that we are going to have a problem with the warehouse. We are maxed up as far as the warehouse is concerned, and yet I was really surprised that that was one of the things, that we had so much, that we did not have any cobble despite the fact that the warehouse is full. What we can do is we can sort it, and that might give us some of our space back. It did. So see, we have space here. Let's take these. Look at all this eggplant. Why aren't we cooking anything? Let's take these. These are specials. They're going to go bad. This was rice that was brought in from Prasino. And let's take these. We're going to take all of this over to Bera and see if she's getting any food, because she should be getting some, but I don't have proof that that's happening. And so we'll do that. Did you see what wait, what was that? Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's do that again. Oh, it just reshaped itself. Large water bottles. Look, we've got water. Yay. Yay. So I think that the buckets that we have, buckets of milk will actually come in handy for butter and for cheese. It looks like they are coming out of buckets. So we only have 32 of them. We have 126 buckets. We're actually going to have those because those take a lot of space. We're going to find those and actually, let me see, just to show you that they're just singles. So they have a whole lot of space here where we could have 64s stacked instead of a single item. And there's a set right there, and there they are. We also have all of these leather boots. All of these things we can take to the recycler. We have an amazing amount of flint, and so we can do that. That has to be Braylon. Wait, Braylon's at Prasino. Who's our sifter? Sullivan is our sifter here, and he's doing that. I see salt, I see tofu, and that's the things that I need to look at. So to try and get us some space, we need to get those things to Robert, who is our recycler. He has a recycle plant, but the interesting thing about that plant, hold on, do I need this? Do I need this? Can I carry this so that you can see? I'm going to go down to Bera. Let's run and see if she actually got any food. See if that worked, giving her nothing, to try and get a courier to deliver her some food. We have, we definitely have 10. We might have to do the thing where we return all of them to the main warehouse until we have more than 10, because then the warehouse acts like it doesn't have enough. What are you cooking? No. This is what keeps happening. No. No, no. Now, how can she be cooking it if I turned it off? How can she be cooking that if it's turned off? Let's look at garlic again. Garlic. It's turned off. Let's look at onion just in case. O-N-I-O-N. Roasted onion. Is she roasting onions? She is. Okay. Well, that explains it. All right, so let's put this up here. That's a full 64 right there. She's just starting to do that. Anything but have this food. So I'm just going to leave this food here so she can feed these people. And that is food from the warehouse. Some of that food is from the original food supplies that Tana added just to get them through, because we had so many level 5s when this started. Almost all our people are level 5s. And so we didn't have the room really to wait the full length of time. Let me look here and let's do the same. Let's turn onions off. N-I-O-N. When they start having the food, let's do garlic. Did I touch that bottom one when I left? I might have. And let's see if she's cooking anything. There it is. There's garlic sitting right there. And in this one, no, no. And garlic sitting here. So let's take these and put them up here for right now. They will eat other food eventually, but I don't see any evidence that Simeon is making any food. And that's the thing that concerns me just at this particular point. So we'll see what's happening. In the meantime, right now, let's put this in the backpack. I'm going to go back to the warehouse and get buckets. And we're going to get rid of most of them. We may need some, but we're going to use the recycler and get rid of most of them. So we're going down into the warehouse ourselves. I don't have any indication that the composter will do that yet. And so we will do it. The Corral is compatible. They will make it. And in that respect, that's pretty cool. So let's come here and let's find the milk first, milk buckets first. So we have 32. So even if we just kept those 32, we would have enough milk buckets. So we just need the empties. Let's go for the empties. And we're only going to be able to do 2 at a time, but I'm just going to do an example. That'll give us at least 2 rows that can be here, and that'll give us some more space. And then we could come back and do the boots. Now the boots is a much more complicated thing, because you actually have to have them at a certain level in order for them to be in order for them to be donated or recycled, in order for them to go. So it's like they can't be too old and too raggedy, sort of like the Goodwill. They can't be too old and too raggedy. They have to have some value to them. And so that would mean combining lots of boots in order to get the leather from them. But just for now, we're up here. This is where the recycler is, and we're going to oh, how did I do that? These buckets have milk in them. How did I do that? Shoot, these buckets have milk and I didn't notice. I don't really want to do this with the milk. Shoot, I made a boo-boo. because it's not going to give me the milk in a bottle. Yeah, see, I can't recycle it because it has milk in it. But if there wasn't any milk in it, I could. Well, that was a very silly mistake that I just made. Error. Error. I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. And I may not have any empty buckets. I may not have enough. What a silly mistake on my part. I said I was looking for empty and not for milk. And then I went ahead and found these and was doing these anyway, wasn't I? Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's put these back. This is butter and egg, butter and cheese. So they will do butter and cheese with those. Let's try, this is interesting. Let's try something here. Let's recycle, let's keep one. Let's keep one of those. Let's try this. Let's come over here. I'm just gonna try a bunch of things. Inventory. Here we go. There we are. Bucket. Now, how did I do that? Okay, 126 empty. I clicked on the empty. And there they are, right there. Let's come down. Oh, and that's why, because they actually can be stacked in stacks of 16. So that was the mistake that I made, is that they can be stacked like that, and that's perfect. Let's take a couple of these boots and we'll show what happens when we do them as well. Music is changing. This is Drone Hands music. Drone Hands is on Twitch and on YouTube. Drone Hands. All one word. Run. Okay, and then this is Robert's right here, and there is Robert right there. And now we can try it. So we should be able to do this. Yes, we can. We can put these in, all of these, and they will be recycled. Now we would maybe run out of energy, and that's the thing that you'd have to be careful of. But recycle. That's fun. Okay, last set. Let's take these and see if we can recycle them. Nope, we can't recycle those. So we can recycle some of these and see, we'll get 5 from that. How much will we get from that? Wait, I'd have to make that go away. I might be able to get something from all of these, and so I don't have to worry about, yeah, I am going to get some from all of these. So I don't have to worry about if they're down too far, it won't recycle them. But it is recycling these. Yay, so that's good. So take all, and there we have, and we'll just put the meshes back for now. But that gives us back all of that. That is Corral Recycler. which is a mod, and it is in the Minecolonies pack. And because it wasn't in Vincentius Primus, when I asked him how it worked, he said, So, which means that it wasn't in his pack, because my pack is a combination of his and Minecolonies and things that he knows that I like for instance, oh wait, I didn't have to do this. I could put them in the stash box and let the courier, let the logistics specialists put it back. And I'll do that. And what is our time? Okay, so let's come here. Let's put this in here and this here. So the book, I have the book on me. I'm just going to put it there. I probably have like 2 or 3 of them now. Nope, I just have that one. See, we still have all these milks. We still have a ton of milks that I have to figure out whether I'm just going to count them as a loss. We're going to sell them to other communities, and we're not going to be able to use them here. That's the thing that I haven't found out yet. And so we will check on that. All right. So, Adamanta. I want to go and see, but I could do it right here and see how many we have. If we don't have the full 10, based off of the way people are using the warehouse, the way people are getting their materials, we might have to bring all the people back until we have a full 10 here. So let's see what we have. Yeah, see, we only have 7. Okay. And they added this where building hiring mode default colony override, automatic, manual, but I still can't do show employed. Manual. We're doing manual. We're not doing default, and maybe that's the problem. So there's the rest of the couriers. Right here we have Turu. We have, it just, when I transitioned, did it read 1? It's still saying there's 7. So let's go find the other 3 that would make the 10, and we'll put them here. And that is probably going to take our time for now. We're not ready to have the second warehouse as yet. Emmanuel is going to run that warehouse when the time comes. Uh-oh. Oh, I chose, I forgot. I did, didn't I? Let me make sure. Yeah, I chose a language that has some kind of symbols. And so because it does, their names aren't complete. I'm going to have to return to a different language. Let me see what language I chose. Whatever language it was actually has symbols in it, and those parts of the words aren't showing. So let's see here. Norse. So we can't do Norse because it has those parts to it. We're going to have to do some other language. We can, I think we can do Ancient Greek. I think it doesn't have the asterisks and stuff. It is in English. I mean, it is using Mm. I should know. It is using the alphabet that the American English uses, as opposed to the Greek alphabet, which it could be using, but I think it is using that. We are on our way to the other warehouse, and we actually do have a stairwell that at the end of this walk that goes down to the ground. So we're going to come over here and take that stairwell right here. Wait, we passed it. There it is. Da-da-da. We knew this was here, and this takes us down to this area, and then we can go ahead and go to the waterfront warehouse where 3 of the people are working, and we'll just have to assign them to the downtown for now. They live close to their huts, their specific warehouse. Hello, everyone's going home. I'm going to need a lantern probably. Let's come here. Let's get a lantern. We apparently have picked some up, and that way we won't trip and fall. There we go. Let's come down, and we'll go to the warehouse. We're down too far. If I can see grass, I think we're down too far. But no, I wasn't. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Okay, it goes all the way down to the water, but we're not going to the water right now. We're going to the other warehouse, which is right here. And we'll go up and we will move the 3 people who are working from this warehouse back to the downtown warehouse so that it recognizes that manage workers. It recognizes that it has a full set of couriers, and at a level 5 I think it almost has to in order to work properly. Do we want to go up and cut through the field? Yes, we can. So let's do this, and we're just going to cut through the poppy fields. It does give us a chance to see where the sheep are. There is a ladder right here that we can come down and cross over. Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. And here we are. Let's come over here and let's use this gate right here. We're going to come down into this stairwell right here to go to the waterfront. This is the waterfront. There are a couple boats here, and we're headed into the warehouse in order to reassign these 3. Now, when the time comes, we need to have a full 20 for this location, and we'll work on it. That's what we're working on right now. We'll just have these 3 be rehired back here. So even though it says how far away they live from their hut block, they are not that far away. And so I think it still uses their hut block to say that they're too far away, and we'll see what happens from here. But right now, they're going to work out of here again. They were working out of here. Whoa! Whoa, we just lost our way and just walked right off of there. Ooh, nice, beautiful, cool water. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's why I'm not walking very well, is because I'm not swimming. And maybe that's having an effect on how I perceive the water, how I perceive walking in the air. That's what I should say. Let's see what we have now. It shows water. I'm still not getting any. I'd need soybeans for the soy milk. I would, and we don't have soybeans here. I forgot. Those are hot and humid, and this is hot and dry. So we would have to import that. We have a ton of food. The only thing I can think is butter, and according to the things that we have here, so let's do this. We're going to do this. I don't have any other way. And let me come here and let's do bottle. And so I have clear bottles here. We're going to take these and let's come over here. We're going to go to the warehouse. I'm actually going to do it myself. So what I'm going to do is count the number of milks and transition them to the number of milk bottles. And I'll do that until the milk is all gone. Is there a way to do it? I was hoping there would be, but I haven't found a way yet for them to do it. If we come here and if we look, if it's 1-to-1, let's see if that works. So where were they? Hold on. Should I do this without looking for it? Do I remember where they were? Weren't they right here? It's moved. Or were they right here? This is why you should always use the thing, but we're going to take this milk right here. Let's make all of these. We're going to take all of these out. And I'm going to go upstairs and see if there's any way. Now, I thought that they held more than one, but in actuality, they hold one. They're 1-to-1. The only difference is, and I wasn't doing that. So the only difference is, see, it doesn't. When you do her bottles, a bucket is 8, but that's a different thing. So I would have to divide all of these that I have into by 8, and that'll tell me how many buckets I have. And that way I can get, wait, I don't want that. Okay, so I know that's 1 bucket, so I'm not going to worry about that. Ooh. But if I do that, I will get the buckets back. See the buckets? I'll get the buckets back. If I make them into pans, I'll get the buckets back. And that is interesting. Okay, and then all I have to remember is that these are divided by 8, and I'll find out how many there are. But this is an experiment just for the fact that we don't have any milk here. And I've got that. So we just know that each of these is just 1 bucket. I'll have to start a new set. And We'll continue until we get this done, just to get this part done. And there we are. So now we have 12 buckets, 13 buckets. And so that's what this actually is. This amount is 13 buckets. So we don't need this. What we need is this. So let's put this down here. Let's put this down here. And let's take glass. And let's look for glass bottles. And they should be in here somewhere. Are we going to find them? No. Bottle. And there we are. So large bottle of milk. So we need 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. And so these go away because we already transferred those. And that was the thing that was missing. So in our, let's put this away, in our in here where we have 272 divided by 8. If you can do that on your own, good for you. That is wonderful. 272 divided by 8 equals 34. So this is only 34, actually 34 milks. So let's come here. Hi, Mr. Villager. And let's come to here and let's get a bottle. And let's get 34 milks. So we have these. Let's divide that in half. And let's just get 1, 2. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 34 and this. And that means all of these can go away. Perfect. Oi, how are you? ¿Cómo está você? Tudo bem, tudo bem, tudo bem. And let's come here. Boa tarde to you too. And let's just put these back. Let's just put these here. And this is what we'd have to do with all of these. We don't have to worry about because we still need to make butter. And we still need to make, see the cheese? So we'll see. There's some butter here. So we'll have to find out why Simeon is not making anything. So, and it's like, what's the proof that he's not making anything? Nobody has any new food, but we'll find out. We'll find out. So here we go. I'm going to go over to Prasino right now. So we're going to save and quit the title. And let's go over to Prasino. Prasino. And yes, how am I? I am, my sister is going to have movers come. Oh no, I got out. Why did I do that? What was wrong with me? Oh, I got distracted. I got distracted. I was going to say that my sister is having movers come this Saturday, so I will not be able to stream this Saturday. I might be able to stream. I probably won't be able to do the Twitch, but I might be able to do the later one. We'll see. It would kind of be crazy doing it after the fact that we're going to spend the morning sort of like with the movers, and well, there's some interesting stress, and it's not so much that she's not moving. There's pieces of furniture that need to be rearranged, and it requires a mover to do it. So that is why, specifically bed and some things like that. Only the fate knows if it will be or not. That is true. That is true. They're going to come super early in the morning, and it's more than likely it's only going to be like 3 hours work. So if they come very early in the morning, they should be done long before the time that I normally stream. So I think I will be here for the Saturday stream. The Twitch I probably will have to do on Sunday to make up for it. So yes. And you're good? Ah, to them. I'm glad. So let's try going into Prasino this time. Let's try going into Prasino and actually getting there. So let's do that. And you sent me only one of the pieces of the machine. Were you, or maybe you sent me the others and I didn't see them? Is that it? Because I don't think I've been to Discord today at all. And yeah. So I don't see, let's see. So yeah. So here we are. This is Prasino. And this morning when we were here, we were on Twitch this morning in Prasino. We actually planted trees. We spent the morning planting trees. The Twitch stream is only a shorter time, and so while we were watching, making sure that all the builders were going to build everything, we planted trees. So we'll go back again and look at all the builders, and then we'll start again looking at the trees on the way probably. We have enough housing here so far. If any place is not going to have enough housing, it would probably be the rock, but we'll see. Let's go to Posco first, and that'll help. There's Fuji checking in, and that might have been. We have a new Druid this morning. Good news and bad news. Good news and bad news. So this is Mr. Villager talking about his community. And see, they're eating the food. He was just eating fish. They're eating the food here. And that's just really curious. But they have already gotten a lot of the food. I'm just going to have to let everybody in Rosa Ouro help each other with the food, and then we'll see what's happening. What do you need? You need these pieces. They're going to be delivered. The carpenter is going to make some. There's a delivery of that. You need a recipe for stone brick stairs. How can that be possible? But we'll check and see why. And the blacksmith is waiting for iron, and we can do the same thing here with the milk, and we really need to do the same thing here with the milk. So we saw some things that we can check on. We can do that because we're going over to Dondanas. But then we can do the thing that we've done with the milk. I'm tired of waiting for a solution, so that's going to be my solution. So let's come through here for a minute. And what did I see? I saw a couple of things. Let's see if this stone mason doesn't have stone. They might not. Stone brick. do that. Let's do this. And let's do this. And we might as well do this. And there we go. Is there anything else that you would like to do? That's raw stone. This is stone brick, and that's the raw stone pieces. I think not. Let me see if there's anything here. This is custom builds, teach recipe. And there's the fancy stripped spruce door, which no one seems to want to make a fancy stripped spruce door. So we'll go to the furniture people in a minute. Let's cross over here and see what Dondanas is waiting for. Dondanas is standing outside in the field still, and we'll recall him in.
Great to see you.
And you just need roots. If roots is all you need, I'm going to give them to you. Nope. Still need the fancy stripped spruce builders. Hot Dondanas. All right, so let's cancel those. And at least it means, so let me see. You had a huge population fall, which almost made you perish. You already achieved the lowest of low. Oh, you only have 5 people left, but there is good news. We got a population boom. Now we got a better situation. Now you are 13, but not good. But at least that means that there's still a chance for you. Yeah, wow. That is such a difficult, it is such a difficult mod. It really is. For the villagers, it is really intense. Do you think you're inside, Alamar? Do you think you're inside? I hope not. But I'm going to bring her in for a minute. Let's come here and let's call her. There we go. Okay, and let's go over to Elise. She's right here, and we will give her. We're going to all the builders first. And also you found another stone bunkhouse, but look at the good side. It's at least not half. Oh, it's partially above ground. Okay. You'll work on it. Let me see. And it's still the lever. But it says the lever is going to be delivered. Let's do this. Let's see if we can do this. Request a pickup. Pickup. Let's see if that will get her on with the courier. And she will go. I'm going to go around the way she's going. She's coming over here to where she's working on the new mechanic shop that we have downtown. And so that is what she's got. For a moment, let's come here. This morning, we found people taking a shortcut off of this side of the bridge, so it's closed. That is Case going up to his walkway. Let's get Emery first, and then we'll work our way up to Valerie at the far, up higher. How about that? Up higher on the rock. So here she is, and it's still, oh, but it says it's being delivered now, which is good. So it's a delivery issue. It is a delivery issue. And I thought we had 10. I thought we had more than 10. I thought we had enough. Oh, we've got rain. I thought we had enough that we could put 3 of them in this location, but I don't know that it's working. It's very curious, so we'll have to find out. We're coming up here to Piers. It's just rain. What time of day is it? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not the end of the day. And
I'm
let's come
finally
here.
done for today.
You're finally done, huh? Oh, those are firefighters who were saying they're finally done for the day. Let me see what he got from this morning, because we were here this morning and
So
we
what
did the
will it
same
be for
thing
you?
too. I will work on it. Let's look at here. Ah, yes, he wants some extra tools. And we did know that he wanted those. I think he doesn't have oh, okay, there he goes. He's off and running at Hollywood Park. So we're gonna follow him out, and hopefully we can reach Valerie before the nightfall. We just need to go up here and around the corner. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it doesn't take us 2 hours to walk around this building. And there he is. So he is working on this. He's clearing away some parts of the building, and we'll have to put those parts back in order to put in the balloon. And that is what he's
I
doing.
won't work during this terrible rain.
You don't have to, Valerie. You really do not. You can wait until tomorrow, and you can work then.
Is there a problem?
Let's see, you tell me. Mangrove. Okay, but look, it says delivery. Yay! It's still saying a recipe. We have only one glass person. Oh, it's the amethyst. Ah, wait. Is
What's
this
it
her?
today?
Is this what she wants? Yes, it is. Let's make those go away. And we'll see if the tinted, I forgot, tinted does need amethyst. And we should have some. Let me see what Mr. Villager is saying. Now you're 13 and you found a stone bunkhouse. And you now have plenty of food because you lost all the people, but you had a fall with the carrots, and life has always been hard. It's not a big life changer, no worries, it became normal, but with the right choices it can change, right? Yeah. Let's be hopeful. We can't have worked hardly for nothing. Nobody's work here will be in vain. That is true. That is true. That is a good plan. It definitely is. So here come firefighters checking out Valerie's ship, her airship for right now. I think we can see that it's pretty dark. I want to check something here. It's very curious. It's some kind of change, and I'd love to know what the difference is, why that is the case. But let's look here and see what foods are here. There is only one sweetbread left. There's stuffed pitas, so that's what they're eating. There's some cooked fish, and there is no, I think we put them away. I don't see any rabbit steaks. Let's look here for a second. Let's take this, and where would we have put them? There's ornaments in there, and maybe they're in the front. Nope, we don't have anything. So if there was rabbit left over, it's been eaten, and I guess that is the end of that for right now, because I think I have it I beg your pardon. I think I have it turned off. I think they can't cook anymore. But why would I have? Let's look at these for a second. Let's look here and let's see. All those are turned on. Let's look at rabbit. Rabbit is turned on, so yeah, they absolutely can. They can even make rabbit stew. So that would be up to Sincere to make those things. Let's continue down. Let's go back down. Only Notch knows what waits for you in the next turn. However, we are the ones in command, is what you think. Yeah, that's true. You are. You definitely are. Not wanting to abuse. Would you mind to help old friends one more time? We have run out of beetroot. Would you mind to export some seeds to us? Absolutely. Hold on for a second. So let me work my way downstairs. We'll go back into town and I'll check and see how many beetroot seeds we have. And then how much do you think that you need? Because we can send them over. And let's come here. So we're walking back into town. It's raining. And let's come up to here. And we'll head. We have a new druid. And it is Raylan. And Raylan was Ryland's cousin. Ryland, who is Finley's father, and who used to be the baker. And she came in just before he lost his life. And I think that she wants to do something. Oops, wrong side. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's Sincere. Wrong side. Let's come here. I went to the wrong room. Okay, I'm holding a lantern, so I'm going to turn it out. And here we go. A new druid you would like to meet? Huh? You would like to meet them? Yes. Okay. We'll come over in a moment. So we're at the warehouse for a moment. And how many beetroot seeds do you need? We're not growing any right now, but we have a good amount of beetroot because we're providing not just Prasino, but Rosa Ouro as well. And so we should have a good amount. Beet. And we do. So do you want me to send you, how can I send 64 and 64 is 128. I could send you 2. Do you want beets as well, or do you just want the seeds? We'll find out. Let's find out where the seeds are right now. Hello. Plectrudis. Plectrudis Trudy is actually runs the warehouse. And we've got 64 seeds right here. So we'll start with these and we'll see how many Mr. Villager actually needs. And let's go find us the new druid. And who is this here? And it's still Trudy. She's waiting for the other couriers. There's Lila coming in right now. And there is our new there's our new druid right there. 16 might make the job. that if someone doesn't accidentally drop them on the composting barrel once again. Ah, okay. So I'm going to come up here. She is at this station. She's taken over Fuji's old fire station right here. And this is her. I'm going to stand here so that she doesn't run away right away. And you get a chance to see her. It's Raylan. Raylan is Finley's aunt, and she was a teacher at the Druid Center for a good long time. And now there she is, and there she is. So Raylan is now the newest Druid, and we have a full set of Druids in town. We had one station that showed in the town hall that wasn't filled, and that's what it was. It was there. 16? That's all you need? Are you sure we can give you some beats to help? Are you sure? So what we will do is we will come here. This is one of the, look at all the couriers. Dun, 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 dun. They're having a courier meeting. We have a balloon here that's going to go out, and we're going to put 16 seeds on the balloon, and that is for Mr. Villager's tribe. And let's come in. We can put these back if I can find some place. So see the thing with the milk? So we can do the same thing with these. We can take these out and transfer them. We need to transfer them into Pam's buckets and then transfer them into milk, and that will work just perfectly. Let me put these in here. I'm just going to put them in a stash. But I actually need to give them some milk right now. Before we do, so beetroot soups would be possible. Please, in a separate package for safety. Sure. Let's see what we've got. Let's come up and see. Let's come here. Beet. And we have 5 already and 16. So that means we need some more beets. So let's get the 5 soups first, and then we'll get some more beets. They're probably downstairs all in the same area, right? Where we got those from. So let's come this way and look. Nope. 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 There. There we go. And there are the 5 soups. So that's 5. And then we'll have to get some more beetroot, some more beets, and some bowls. And we can make the soups. So let's come over to here. Let's look for bowls first. So let's come up. Let's come to here. I could have him make them. I could have the cook make them. I should be able to make them. That would be interesting. Mixing all those soups. I think I will. Beet. Let me take him some beets. Nah, he's got big pots. He can do that. I'm gonna, there it is, down below. So I saw, and there's another one right here. Look at this one. Right here, perfect. So we'll take these out. I know he has bowls already. I'm gonna take the chance that they haven't come back to the warehouse. So we're gonna go over to Sincere. We're gonna teach him to make soup. we'll teach him to make the soup, and then we'll see what happens. And then I'll request it. So let's come here. This is the cook, and we just went past him right there. Crafting recipes, teach recipe, and let's teach beet soup. And that's it. And he now has the recipe. Does he have any bowls? He has tons of bowls. So we're going to give him beets, and we have 5 for 16, so that means we need 11 more soups, and that'll be good. So we'll go up to the stash. Now I'm going to break this stash and put it back down. I mean this post office right here. Hold on. I don't remember whether it will use all of the postal boxes. If it only uses one box, then it probably uses the last one that you set. I have no idea. So I'm going to put a new box down to make that one the last box. And then I'm going to request 11 soups. Beet soup. And there it is right there. And let's get 11 request. And there it is. So he's going to request beets. And it looks like he needs some more. See that? He's asking for another 64 and 2 in order to have enough. So that is good. So he's going to make those. And then we'll put them all together in a box. So now we have the seeds in one container right here. That's where the seeds are. And then we can put the fresh soups in another container, specially wrapped by themselves. And that will work out very, very, very nicely. So yeah. So these are our couriers who are working and getting things delivered. Let me show you before the sun sets some of the new trees that we put in town.
Fish and chips. Just need some malt vinegar.
Oh, you had fish and chips and you
It's a
liked
fine
it.
day.
Good. And this is Cade. Cade doesn't have any food on him, so that's not keeping him from getting any. And we're going to come over here. So we just added this tree in this section, this tree right here, and we're probably going to pave, make a little bit of a paved path in this area right here. Up on the hill, we did some more, we did trees up there, primarily because, remember the Greek, the antique house that we have up here has not that many trees as a part of it. So we added some trees to the seating area here. I haven't done anything with this area, except that we did remove the fireplace for right now. There was a mod that had wonderful outdoor sort of like barbecue kind of things. That's barbecue on a stick from Farmer's Delight. And some things like that. I don't think fire, the only thing that we would have is a campfire, and I don't want to put a campfire here just by itself. I could use the oven from Farmer's Delight, which is, let me come back here. Let's look. See if I can, there it is. This oven here. This one's actually really nice, but it looks like something that you would have off to the side. It doesn't look like something you'd have in the middle for people to sit around. So I don't know what I want to do with this little area here where we have seating. But let me go to the museum. I'm just going to go to the museum for a minute, and we're going to snatch a quick little drop of sleep so that we can look at where we put in the other trees. So yeah, we're in the process of putting in some trees, and we did let the Druids find their own way, their own walkway from the upper dorm area, and that we'll see if they use it this morning, because there it is right here. They can actually walk out of the back now. The back had been closed off of this building, and we made it possible for them to walk out the back if they want. And I just want to see, and sure enough, there they go. So they are using the path to some degree. And then they want to go off and walk how they want to walk. So we'll just let them. But there is an indication that most people are walking, oh, I'm sorry, the way this is here, and that's why that's worn down. We added one more tree in this area from the fact that a tree came down and we didn't put it back. And then we added this fig tree up here. It was so pretty. It turned out really nice, and I like that. So we added a fig tree, and then right across and behind this Greek house, we put in a couple more trees in the backyard, and just to try, and we put 2 trees on this area here. This is a clover patch, so the trees are actually flowering oak, and just to make some shade and to make it pretty, and it's working. It looks pretty cool. We could do another tree right here. How far away is it from that block? It's 1. We could put one right here. So we are growing in, there we go, some new trees, and that makes a completely different look for this area. And then we can make it look like a park. And I want to see if I can find, and that'll be an interesting thing to do. I want to look at some park areas. Your park could almost work there again. You know that, Mr. Villager? Your little park that you had, that would almost work there again. But I think we'll look at some of the ones that are in Minecolonies for a moment, and let's come here. Obrigado, thank you. You would like to announce that in Prasino University, both communities, the villagers and the Druids, have gathered for the first time. And they would like to show ideas to the council. Ah, I see. I see. Okay, let's see what this is. Do I have to go somewhere specific so that they can show the council what these ideas are? Hold on for a sec. Let's look at places that might actually have some parks. Let's see if Littleton does. Let's see if it has an infrastructure. There are fields. And fields are farms, roads, lamps. What are these? That's interesting. It's probably street lights. Let's come here. For now, remember the monument that Zaf had me learn? Yeah. That's near right now in the forest. Yes, I remember that. And let's come back here. I don't think there are any parks. Let's look in decorations. A tavern front. Look at that. That's a front to go for the tavern. What's interesting about the tavern front, I don't know whether those seats actually work because it's a decoration, but we could get the restaurant to recognize these seats. Look that it has this whole piece here. We could actually cover this entire place right here. It rains here. That might actually be quite interesting. Hold on for a second and let's look. And yes, Sim, Mr. Villager, Sim, I absolutely remember the monument. And hold on here, we're looking at decorations, deco, the tavern front. Let's X. Let's click again and go to decorations, deco, the tavern front. Okay, so let's see the tavern front in relationship to what we have here and see how big it is. Yeah, see, it's big enough to cover the entire area. Let's raise it up. And it would sit here like this. So this would be the new front on this piece right here. And we could, I think we'd have to add a post there to maybe keep the awning up, maybe. Let's assign a builder. And let's assign who's going to be done first. What's Dondanas working on? Dondanas isn't going to be done, but we could get postcode to work on that. Maybe. Let's have Dondanas work on it at some point. Build the building. And so Melanie is going to have a new top put on. I'm going to make these go away because they're going to go away anyway, and I don't want them to end up in the warehouse. The villagers proposed that the huge empty plains could be used to build new fields, maybe even hothouses. However, the Druids want there to be an extension of the mystical blue forest. That's an interesting thing. The villagers want there to, this is the area that Mr. Villager is saying, that the villagers and the Druids are arguing over this area right here. And Ilberic and Tucker's the mayor, Ilberic is on the council, Emery and Jace and Angel are the first four, and they are on the council. And ooh, look what we've got. Wow, we've actually got a wolf in the area. Is that dangerous? I don't know. We'll find out. And we have the bear is back. That is most curious. That both of, and look, there's a family. Is that one fox? That is the fox that was the pet in the Druid Center. That's the fox that was there. And he just got awakened by me or by smelling the bear being pretty close. So all three of them are in this field. So the council get together, Mr. Villager, and what the council would say is, since it is an argument, since there are two conflicting ways in regards to this field, the council believes that this particular time that nothing will be done, that this field will just be what it is. It'll just be a field. Because there isn't a consensus on what to do with it. So the magic area can't be extended, the Mystic Grove. I don't think that planting trees, mystic trees in here, will cause this to be a Mystic Grove area any more than it caused there to be a Mystic Grove over here when we planted these trees in homage to the Mystic Grove. We actually planted trees right here. And this land did not turn into mystic land, so we can't extend the Mystic Groves. Do we want to put more forest here? We have enough. The maples are already here, and I think we're good with that. The other thing, what the villagers wanted to do was more farms. Yeah. The Druids aren't very partial to that. The Druids are arguing that not every piece of land has to be filled with something. That's what the Druids are saying very clearly. And that if we actually needed more farms, let me go to sleep so everyone can see what we're talking about. If we needed more farms, they are amenable, the Druids are, to extending them in the area that we have farms already and do them here. And but the council and the mayor are thanking the representatives of the Druids and the representatives of the people, the villagers, for bringing that to their attention. But this is the area that the council is saying if we need to extend farms, to have more farms, we would have them in this area right here. We have these berries for the muffins. These are sweet berries that we're growing for muffins right now. And I think we can pick them. Yeah, we can. And so this is where, if we put in some more warehouses, we would do that. So so we have a neutral vote. Yes, there's not enough people on either side to sway the argument, so that there is not a majority for each side in regards to what can be done, what they're going to do with the land. And so Tucker is saying that the land might as well stay the way it is for now, but they will revisit it in the future, in the same way Rosa Ouro is putting more housing on the waterfront. That is one of those kinds of things that we could look at as far as that's concerned. That means that both relations are neutral. So I think it's better than to have one side agreeing, the other disagreeing. Solid arguments. Yes, it is. So um, since neither side is in support of the other, Tucker and the council is saying that then nothing will be done with the land, that the land will just be left as a wide open, beautiful field. Being sincere, you think that it might be that the Druids are in a larger scale, so in a certain way they win. You mean that there's more of them, or that they have more influence? Yeah, it might be said that they win because they don't want anything done. Because this can't be extended. The only thing that could be done is more trees. More trees could be added in this area. But yeah. But yeah. So in some respects, it may seem like the Druids have won, but because they know that this can't be extended, I think that their argument was kind of a false argument in a way, I think. We're certainly not going to grow any taiga over here. This is clover. This is still a clover patch in this area. So, and the town border includes this entire, pretty much a lot of this field right here. It's hard to see in the daytime. We'd have to see it at night, but there it is. You can see the town border actually does include this hill. We just don't have anything that we want to put there. Just don't. That everyone agrees on, and that's curious. So we were in the process of planting more trees in certain areas. I have lime trees here. I could plant another. Okay. I could, thank you, by the way. My throat is acting up a little tiny bit. I could put a tree here. I hesitate to because there's a huge clover there. There's clover here. If we were going to put something, we would put it here. Maybe a Stonehenge thing for the Druids. That's interesting. That is interesting. We don't have like a place in town for the people, and that's one of the reasons that we were planting trees, to try and find some green areas that we're going to begin to put down a little bit more areas where people sit outside and have parks and park benches and things like that. So that's some of what we wanted to look at. I know that two of the mystic sites, and let's look at them for a minute, are should kind of fit that bill. And let's look for a second and see. I don't know whether, I don't know if it's Nordic. That doesn't sound like something Nordic, but we can look at the mystic site for a second because I don't remember if it, oh, it is. I went right to it. It is the mystic site that has the Stonehenge. And let me see the 5. That's the problem, is that we end up with this. Yeah, I don't. Hi, Dave. How are you? That's an interesting idea, except that I wouldn't want to build it to this stage. I like this stage, and then it automatically turns into something else. This stage, it looks like a Stonehenge, and I actually like that. But and the interesting thing is, see this part right here? I think it would fit right on this place right here. Look at the bottom of it. Isn't that cool? Let's bring it over. Let's bring it down. Let's see. But it's big. It's very big. And let me see. And would require at least taking off one layer of the hill, I think. Let's see if it will even fit in here. So let's bring it all the way down. So this would be it fitting right here like this. That's fascinating. That is an interesting idea, Mr. Villager and Dave. That's an interesting idea. Now, I would take away this part right here. We would only build the one, the level 1, the mystic site. We have a working mystic site up here, so we don't necessarily have to, we don't have to have a level 5. This is our level 5 mystic site right here, the giant tree. But to have that extra structure sitting right there, that is quite fascinating, especially having the Druid Learning Center right here. So see this part that's going to stick out like this? We'll chop this part away. So it'll be on the cliff here. And let me see, yeah. So all the pieces are actually sitting on the ground in this area, and this will have to be leveled for it. But I think it will actually look really good. Now here's the thing, I see that. Let me just bring it at least to here so it doesn't take away from the university. It shouldn't take away from the university with it there. And that is nice. Well, cool. So do you think, Mr. Villager, that the people will be satisfied with this? The Druids certainly will be. I think the people will be because it's someplace interesting for them to go. And it's an interesting thing. Tucker likes it because it's magical. It's another magical place, and that You didn't know they actually had one. Yes. You'd be surprised. There are so many interesting things you can have. There's even a maze, a labyrinth, and things like that. There are lots of amazing things. But this is Nordic. This is the Nordic Mystic Site. And we are going to have, we're going to have, Dondanas has all these little projects, but I think we're going to have Elise build this. Elise is right here. She's right on the other side right here. And we'll have her build it when she is done with the mechanic shop. And I think that will work. And that's pretty good. So yes, so there you go, Mr. Villager. That is a really cool end to the discussion, to the Druids and the people coming together from the town of Prasino, and the Druids on Guardian's Rock coming together and agreeing on something to go in this field, that both of them feel that this is the best thing that can go there, and I agree as well. So we're going to have Elise build it, and let us assign a builder. Now Elise has a project already. She is working on the new mechanic, and so it'll be a little bit before she actually gets to it. And did I not assign a builder? That means that the builder will be whoever is available. Oh, that sounds like the Druids' work. That sounds like the Druids did that on purpose. That they have someone else in mind, not Elise, to work on this, and we'll see who it turns out to be. But yeah, that is going to be very curious. When you are a builder, you end up learning a little bit of everything that's related to building. That is true. And and that was funny to see. You can already hear the villagers complain because they didn't get their measure chosen. I don't think so. I think that the idea of the Stonehenge is interesting to them. I think that that it's not just about the Druids, that the Stonehenge is, and I love this. Look, we can actually have the walkway come all the way into this area. But Tucker's pretty persuasive, and everyone knows that when they came here, that his primary reason for settling here was to try and attract magical people because of the mystic groves, that he wanted a relationship with magical people. So the idea of a Stonehenge is right up Tucker's alley. And he would make the convincing argument that this will attract more Druids, more magical people to visit the area, which means that the retailers in town and the tourist areas in town, the taverna, the shops, will all have more people shopping in the shops, and that is very interesting. And I think that some people may, and see, that's it. I think that that's how he is soothing over their disappointment about having more farms. What he has promised is that if more farms are needed, that this area back here is going to be the area that can be opened up for more farms right in this area. Since we already have farm buildings here, we already have housing here for additional farmers, and that looks really good. And so and then the idea that the bakeries, that the tavern, that the shops, the pottery shop, the flower shop, the clothing shop, the Fletcher shop, the jewelry shop, the furniture store, and they'll all have all these the dye shop, they'll all have all these people, all these tourists coming in for the Stonehenge. And not just any tourists, Druid tourists. So that is very attractive to the town. And yay! Thank you. Obrigado. And Dave, thank you. That was great. That was great, you two. That was a wonderful piece of story. I love it. How many members would be necessary to form a council inside the town for both communities? To form a council for both communities, let me see how many people there are. And let's see how many. So the chief council are the first four. And the people would have to convince the first four, first of all, of something. But let's come here for a minute and let's see. Did you see that thing that said drop a map, an empty map in there? We have to do that. Do we have one on us? Let's see if we do. Let's see if we have one in here. No, we don't. We'll look at that. We'll look at that a little bit later. Let's see how many people there are. Statistics. We have 106 people. We will ultimately have 150. And you'll disagree. Aww. Yeah. I think that the people are fine. It is the spirit of the town and the spirit of the people who came here. They knew when they came here what Tucker wanted for the town, and they came anyway. So that is the spirit. I'd say for every 10 people, there's one. So for the citizens who aren't Druids. So we have 23 Druids, so there's 2 council members for the Druids. And take that 20 away from 10. So there are 8 council members for the townspeople beside the four high council. So there's the high council, then the 8 that are the townspeople's representatives, and the Druids only have, all total, there are 23 of them right now, and so that is theirs. There will be, I think there's 10 more at least Druids, and that'll get them closer to having probably 3 representatives on the council. So I think that's cool. You just want it to be clear for Tucker, for him not to exploit the people? How so? How would, in respect to the fact that, so it would be sort of like, yeah, I'm not sure. That would be an interesting thing. And I agree with that. I agree. 22 doesn't seem too hard to achieve if possible. Yeah, Yeah. So that is how many. That's how many. Hold on. So we have 8, one for every 10, one representative for every 10. So that's 8 the townspeople. And then 20, we'll probably have some more, but we have 2 from the Druids.
I'm finally done for today.
That's good to hear. That's Ilberic. He's looking over the books, and that's why he was saying he's leaving. So that's 2. So that's 8 and 2. So that's 10 representatives from the people themselves, and then the 4 members of the High Council. The 4 members of the High Council of the first 4 who are still here. And so they have a lot of power and a lot of influence. And that's 22. It doesn't seem 22 what? Because 22 Druids is the entire Druids, and they're only going to have 2 representatives because there's only 22 versus the 80 members of Prasino. So to be fair, so would be necessary 23 votes for something to be decided, or are you mistaken? Yeah, you are. So we have 8 and 2 is 10 and 4. So there's 14 votes actually for something to be decided. 14 votes. Yeah. So there are 106 people. There are 22 of them are Druids. So 22 from 106 gives the 80 other people who are not Druids, and that gives us the 8 representatives, 1 for every 10 people in town, and that would be 10. That would be 10. And so, and then the 4, the High Council, there are 4 of them. So there isn't really a, it can be a tie, which is what happened before the idea of the Stonehenge, that we can have a tie because the total voting is 14. So we can, from time to time, have a tie, at which point nothing is decided. But in this case, the people who have shops in town are very, very excited about having more people visit because of the Stonehenge, and the people on the rock are very excited about not having something that takes away from the quality of the fields here. When the Stonehenge is done, we will be able to replant back the grass in some areas and take away some of we'll round the corners in those sections, and that should be got more deeper than you expected. Yeah. But yeah. And yeah, so this is why we're really careful about people actually enjoying what they do and having a life that they love here, so that there is less dissatisfaction in regards when things are planned that don't seem to have anything to do with them or don't seem to benefit them, but they actually do benefit. Look at Alamar. Alamar is sitting right on the road where the people are going to go up to Stonehenge, and she's quite thrilled And so is Orion. And because the roads are really good here, the people can be directed to all the different shops that are in and around the city. If we could have another tavern, that would be nice, but we can't. And I totally understand the reason why. And so, since we can't have another place where we would get visitors to come in, we will have to depend on the new thing that's going to happen, and that is that there's going to be trade. And then we would have people coming in from Prasino and from other towns that would then be visiting. And that would be fascinating. And if we do have those kind of visitors, where are they going to stay? I suppose they could stay in the tavern because technically no one's staying. The visitors who are there, we're just going to pretend that there's enough room for them all. But it would be interesting to see how that is. But that was fun, Mr. Villager. I enjoyed that. I definitely did. Let's see if Sincere has started working on the soup. Let's see if we have any. Not yet. We don't have any yet. So we're still waiting for soup to come in that we can send to Mr. Villager's place. And that's what we're working on. So he has the beets. I believe I dropped some off, right? And he has, and this is what I have found, that I'm not quite sure what's going on, but he is still only a level 2, if I'm not mistaken. No, now he's a level 3. So he should be able to make all these different things. Let's see what's here. He has bowls. He has beets. And let's see if he has started making anything. And he hasn't yet started. So I'm looking at, he definitely is making cheese because the milk is gone. And he is making butter here, which they're not doing in Rosa Ouro. That he actually is making cheese and butter here. And that is curious. Let's have the egg go away. We're going to take the buckets and the egg away. He can't do anything with eggs. And the soybeans can be made into milk. He would need bottles for that. And he could request some bottles to make soy milk. Let's look at crafting recipes. Yep. See, the recipe is there. So he just needs to request a bottle. And that will give him, and then he'll be able to make that. Here, the cheeses, and that's interesting. So he's using milk bottles here. We still had cans. I see, they haven't been removed. And maybe it's just to get rid of that. That's the way Minecolonies has decided to get rid of the extra milk, is to use, is to make butter and cheese from the buckets of milk. And then future milk is in the bottles. So that's probably it. You think we might have another boat next stream? It seems it goes to the society site now. You just don't know what yet. Okay. Well, this will be interesting. We'll find out what the town feels that it needs some more of, and that will be most curious. So I've put in a request that should be filled by the cook, and the restaurants have requests that should be filled by the cook. And so far, the cook is making cheese. Don Dinas is working on the level 4 of this building. and then he'll finish the level 5. He might get interrupted by the pieces that we have, the decorations, and we'll see. But we do actually, is that actually steak? No, it's mutton, so we can actually make the mutton things. I want to save this for a special occasion. So I'm going to take these and put these back in the warehouse. They don't need the meat in order to make a special dish. And I don't want, meat dishes are for holidays. So we're just going to do the kill the fatted lamb, the traditional thing that meat was important enough and special enough that it was not a regular food that they ate, that it was in fact something that was only eaten for special occasions. And so we'll do that. We'll have that be like that. And let's come here. Let's put this in the stash and have it go back. Now the buckets, how much time do we have? Let's show the buckets. Let's take the buckets to, let's go to sleep. And then we'll go to Alejandro in the morning and have him break down these buckets. So we're going to go to sleep. That would be fine, Mr. Villager. We'll have another vote again and see what there is. And that will be most interesting. So let's go down here. I'll walk really far away from the chickens so we don't pick anything up. Let me look at what I have on me. I'm going to take the trees. See, I have some figs and some oak saplings and some bone meal. This egg needs to go to the people, but I'm going to have some things in just a moment. So this is Alejandro. Alejandro. It's Alessandro in Rosa Ouro, but it's Alejandro here. And here is our, we had gotten some iron already. Oh, but that's for repairs. We'd gotten some rabbit, and that was just a sampling test. But here we are. Let's put in the, we're going to put in these and have them be recycled. So we have energy. This is where the energy is. And we have a disc, and this is the usage on the disc. And the Minecolonies people can make another disc when this one runs out. And there's the first set, and there's the second set. So we just got back all of the iron from the from those buckets that we don't need as many buckets anymore. And so we're going to give the buckets to them. And I just picked up eggs. So I'll put them in the warehouse as well. So we're going to come over to here and come up, and let's see, yeah. And there we go. And we're going to hand him off these parts. Let's come over to here. I thought I picked up some eggs, and this is mine. Remember, I got all those sweet berries, so we'll do that. I'm not sure why I have that. Oh, I know why I have the jungle tree. Yeah. And so yeah, so those are all the pieces of trees that I'm working with. But let's put these things in the warehouse. And as soon as we have all the soups, Mr. Villager, we will send the soups to you. I think we're going to send the seeds to you right away so that you have the seeds to start with. Your people will have seeds, and that will be really good. And there's the rain. There is the rain. Let's come here. We're going to go under the awning. Uh-oh, hold on.
I won't work during this terrible rain.
And there we go. All right. Yeah. You're just showing the facts. Yeah, no, I know. But it actually is the 3-hour mark. Isn't that wild? It actually is. We've been on for 3 hours. And unfortunately, this week I am on a very tight schedule. And so I do have to leave at this time. But that was so fun. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Villager. Obrigado. And Dave, thank you very much for your suggestion. I know you didn't think that was going to happen, but yeah, look at that. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, thank you. Did I hear what?
I hope it stops raining soon.
What did I hear? Hold on a second. Did you hear that thunder? That's the sound of strength in numbers. Yeah. I'm waiting for Mr. Villager.
Let's do this.
People are talking about the fact that it's raining. And there is Patricia. Patricia's, you're grateful to be here once again. Aw, thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to go. We're going to go for now. And here we go. We've been listening to Drone Hands music very softly in the background. And we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus right now. And I will see you all Thursday. So bye for now, people. Bye for now. Bye.